Two shows enter, one show leaves. It's Batman the Animated Series versus Spider-Man the Animated Series.
Let's call it like it is here, Scott. Just give me my punishment now. There's no way I can possibly win this.
You can't just claim defeat. We're not even through the intro yet.
Mark Hamill is the Joker! I give up! There's no way I can do this!
Suck it up, Van Lanningham! The internet will revel in your defeat.
Yeah, to be fair, dude, you got Jessica Jones when we had to do Jess versus Supergirl.
God damn it, that's true. Alright, Scott, you may commence with torture.
Oh, I don't need your permission! In this corner, defending the greatest animated show of all time and Bruce Wayne's right to keep whining about his dead parents, Chris Carr! And in this corner, trying desperately to keep her web slinger shooting for a show that no one has watched since 1996, Whitney Van Lanningham. Hit like, punch subscribe, it's time for Versus! Theme song.
Might I use an argument you love so dearly against you? Danny Elfman! The show grabs you in those opening credits with Elfman's iconic theme paired with silhouetted fights against an Art Deco Burton-esque Gotham. Your theme song? It's just weird electronica robot noises with some electric guitar that no one sings. Everyone still references the 60s version. You hear the opening to the Batman the Animated Series song, and you're like, hell yes! You hear the 90s Spidey one, and you're like, oh, yeah, I think I watched that.
Okay, I know he's not Danny Elfman, but Joe Perry from Aerosmith definitely deserves some praise for his Spidey theme. The mid-90s were Joe Perry's prime. He wrote the hard rockin', guitar shreddin' Spider-Man theme like 5 minutes before I Don't Want to Miss a Thing was released. Coincidence? I think not. I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep cause I'd miss you, Pete. And I don't want to miss web slings.
Can you stop?
Yeah, oh my god, I'm so sorry. Anyways, the Spider-Man theme song is a jam you can actually rock out to. It has a little bit of hard rock, a little bit of synth, and a whole lot of defeating crime. One spider swing at a time. Plus, the lyrics are just Joe Perry singing into a distortion mic about Peter's radioactive blood. This is the guy who wrote Eat the Rich, launching one of the most popular stock phrases in the metal community. Spider-Man freaking rocks, dude.
Plot.
Batman the Animated Series is the end-all, be-all of tunes. There's a reason why people desperately wanted Bruce Timm or Paul Dini at the helm of the live-action DCU. The show was dark and gritty, yet not enough so to keep its young audience away. It was a largely episodic series, with the occasional two-parter coming in hot. We didn't get dragged down with origin stories either. As we've said before, we know that your parents are dead, Bruce. But the series utilized flashbacks, Bruce's deep-seated fear of not living up to his parents' legacy, and more to show how that death affected him and his current choices. The art, the design work, the fact that they were using black paper as their base point, ugh, it's just so sexy and nuanced. The DCU gets crap for being dark, they're just kind of doing it wrong. Batman the Animated Series was all about that low lighting and heavy shadow work. The stories in Batman were directly from the pages of comics. Take the Cape and the Cowl conspiracy, where Batman was in a battle of wits against Josiah Wormwood. That's a direct adaptation. Or Perchance to Dream, where Bats is trapped in an illusion thanks to the Mad Hatter. That one was heavily influenced by another DC title, Alan Moore's Superman story for the man who has everything. These writers did their homework and made the show a love letter for hardcore fans with faithful adaptations and explorations, yet they weren't alienating for casuals and newcomers.
I don't know, man. Animated Spider-Man story was pretty dang close to the comics. As far as adaptations go, this show might be one of my favorites. And not just because animated Peter Parker is hotter than Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland combined. The only thing I will say about the plot is that even though the show is definitely the most true to the original characters and setting, the plot was way more drama-focused than action-packed like the comics. Batman got a lot more leeway in the ass-kicking department because the animation was more cartoony and set in the 1930s. Spider-Man, on the other hand, was hyper-realistic, making it a menace to society. But whatever. The show is incredible with or without Carnage as a serial killer. I love that it incorporated a larger storyline with the Monster of the Week trope that was hella popular in the 90s. Even the very first episode with the lizard was incredible. And honestly, I usually like Monsters of the Week more than plot-driven episodes of a show, but in this case, I loved both. I'm gonna rewatch every single episode of this as soon as I get home. I think it might low-key be my new favorite cartoon again. 6-year-old Whitney would hella approve.
Characters.
The animated series allowed Batman to be the great detective he originated as in the comics. Sure, the Batcomputer does a lot of the heavy analytical work, but we see our caped crusader piecing together clues and doing a lot more than just punching stuffs. Kevin Conroy, the only voice of Batman, gave us distinct voices for Bruce and Bats. This show was one of the first to do that. And sure, now we have a lot of gruff swear to me BS thrown in with people donning the cowl and trying to recreate that, but Conroy killed it. He never overdoes the Batman voice. He gives Bruce and Bat so many layers, and even got away with Batman delivering some great one-liners. They explored his psyche in a nuanced way and made him a well-rounded crime fighter who worked tirelessly for years to meet peak human condition, both mentally and physically. We were given a true crown prince of crime in Mark Hamill's The Joker. Fun fact, Tim Curry was originally cast but was deemed too scary for the kiddies. Now that horrifies me because Hamill's Joker gives me the chills. My great fangirl wish is for DC to stop making all these Joker movies with Joaquin and Leto and DiCaprio and give the role to my Joker. Sure, sometimes he's just schlepping pies to the face, but this Joker proved to be truly insidious and terrifying. When no one got the joke, he'd lose it, like trying to kill everyone in town or shoving his girlfriend out a window. Which brings me to an original character who has gained tremendous popularity, Harley Quinn. Dr. Harleen Quizell's mad love story was fascinating, and Arlene Sorkin's portrayal of it was so damn good that she's now a canon comic character.
I honestly feel really bad for Harley Quinn. Should we invite her over for girls' night? Her boyfriend is the total worst, dude.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we should just get her wine drunk and convince her to break up with him. He's like really abusive.
At least none of the fans on my show romanticize two highly unstable characters that really need to go to couples counseling.
I don't think therapy's gonna help them, bud.
Yeah, but this is so unhealthy. Slutty girls carrying baseball bats look up to her.
Don't worry, bud. We'll do face mask, watch Queer Eye, drink Chardonnay. Harley will be back to getting manis with us in no time. If there's anybody who can talk some drunk sense into that babe, it's us.
That's true.
All right, let me be crystal clear. I love Spider-Man the animated series. If you're a longtime NerdWire fan, you'll know my first crush was animated Peter Parker, and that Spider-Man was my gateway drug to other nerddoms. X-Men, Batman, comics, manga, and now I'm a professional nerd with so much Sailor Moon paraphernalia that people think I've adopted a small Japanese child. Nope, you're just in the office of a weird grown-ass woman. I tell you all of this so that you know I love Spider-Man, but facts are facts. It doesn't stand a chance against Batman the animated series. The series won Emmy after Emmy after Emmy. How many Emmys did y'all win? None? Yeah, none. Batman the animated series is as close to perfect as you can get from a technical perspective. The stories were lit, its rogues gallery is far and away one of the best in comic creation, and they translated flawlessly to screen, and its voice cast was fire! Sorry, Webhead, get gone.
Please, dude. You might have the only Joker that really matters besides Heath Ledger, but I have an entire cast of amazing characters. Batman can eat my shorts. He's just a whiny billionaire who uses his butler and supercomputer to help him fight crime. Spider-Man does everything by his goddamn self like a man! And that jawline. I 100% get why this was your first crush, Chris. He's literally perfect. He's sassy, he's nerdy, he fights crime, and he's an amazing photographer, so you know Peter Parker would make the perfect Instagram husband. This show honestly made me laugh so hard with all of Peter's sick comebacks and jokes, and there's nothing that gets you hotter than a cat on a hot tin roof than a guy who can beat up bad guys and make you laugh. Ooh, and fun fact, did you know that the actor who played Peter Parker is also the voice of Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid and Greg Brady from the Brady Bunch movie? Christopher Daniel Barnes is literally the voice behind every dude I had a crush on in the late 80s, early 90s. Plus, we've got Ed Asner as J. Jonah Jameson. He paved the way for J.K. Simmons to show up in the 2002 Spidey movies and really brought that character to life off the comic book pages. And you can't beat the MJ, Black Cat, Spider-Man, Harry Osborn love rectangle. Thank God Felicia Hardy was also into Flash Thompson and Michael Morbius, or Peter and MJ might have never been a thing. Oh, and Spider-Man the animated series was really the first iteration of Spidey to showcase Venom. And sure, maybe Venom wasn't the full-on sexy-mouthed symbiote we know and love today, but he was absolutely killer in animation. And the animated series has arguably one of my favorite portrayals of Aunt May. I mean, she's no Marissa Tomei in the looks department, but literally none of us are. This show is also awesome because it incorporates so many of the Marvel characters we know and love from the comics with astounding accuracy. We've got Daredevil, we've got Iron Man, we've got Doctor Strange, we've got Dormammu, we've got Madam Web, we've got Carnage, and we've got Morbius. I could literally go on for hours about all of the amazing characters in this show. Batman has, what, a bunch of scenes where Harley Quinn needs to get out of that insane relationship? A flashback scene where Batman laments not being able to live up to his mom and dad? Whatever. Use your bat sonar to get the hell out of Hell's Kitchen. Or Gotham, same diff. Actually, dude, now that I've rewatched all these episodes and written this debate, I think Spidey might have an actual chance to beat Batman.
No, it won't.
Oh my God, I don't even care who wins. Animated Peter Parker is the love of my life.
What about your husband? Logan?
Oh, dude, no. Logan knows that if Spider-Man becomes available, I will leave him in a minute.
Can it, girls? Loser will be forced to be the Jared Leto Joker for Halloween.
Okay, that's just disgusting, Scott.
That's the point! Vote now, dear viewers, and submit one of these hosts for unending pain.
And if you don't want to see me with tattoos all over my face, go ahead and click the left of my face for more Versus videos.